Judgment of the Lightsworn. This is a normal trap. Number 1, return this card to the top of the deck. Number 2, if this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by the effect of a Lightsworn card. Okay, Lightsworn card. It's not Sanctuary, it's not Glorious Illusion, it's not Realm of Light. Lightsworn Barrier. Who plays that shit? And of course, Lightsworn monsters. Outside of Celestia, because she mills as a cost. Oops. Add 1 Judgment Dragon from your deck to your hand. I know some people will probably be thinking that this card is better than it actually is. Yes, you could possibly mill this card early in the game. And permitted that you did not mill any other Judgment Dragons, you can get a Judgment Dragon. Your opponent knows it's there, and that'd be unfortunate. But that's like best case scenario. Worst case scenario is, in my opinion, more unlikely to happen because the nature of Lightsworn. Lightsworn want to mill aggressively, illogically. You want to do it as often as possible. You want to have the triple Lumina Garoth start. You want that shit. And among that very great opener, you might mill JD. And then this card is basically useless. There's a rule that I kind of sort of like to follow. And I'm going to try to say this shit without sounding like an idiot. I do not like playing a card that searches for 1 card that I play 3 of. For example, UA midfielder and 3 reinforcements of the army. I do not want to play 3 cards that search for 3 monsters in my deck because it is possible that you can naturally draw the card and then that 1 card that you use to search that is useless. Same thing with Judgment of the Lightsworn. It is kind of cute though, in the event that you do draw this, you can set it. But here's the other problem. You don't want to just play this shit during your opponent's turn because your turn will come back around and you'll draw the shit and you'll be back to square one, no spell card. So, you set it, your opponent's turn happens. It has to say set, more than likely. And then your turn comes around and then hopefully you have something that mills, that's a Lightsworn as an effect during the main phase, because I think it'd be a little late for it to happen during the end phase, but it more likely will happen. And the only card that allows you to do that outside of a random Minerva mill is Raiden. That's like 2.5 turns of this card staying on the field just for you to hopefully get a JD, assuming that you aggressively milled earlier on and you got some cards and shit. And this is if you didn't draw the JDs or mill them shits. And then, maybe then, you'll get a JD. That seems like a whole lot of work for nothing. Even with the Minerva that was just released, why in the hell would you want to play this card when you could just naturally draw the shit? I understand that some people might be blinded by the fact that JD comes down and just purifies the land, aka blows up everything but himself. You didn't realize Lightsworn is kind of like a play-off religion? You got the little small motherfuckers that are milling and shit, and, you know, it's like, I guess, tithed or something. You're paying that shit when you're milling. How many Lightsworn engraved? There's 4 different ones. Okay, I'm dropping JD. That's like their god, right? Maybe I'm wrong. This card is not that good. This, along with that other Minerva, are prime examples of random advantage. If you was going to play this at all, I'd play 1. So, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate it. If you would like to support me in some form or fashion, all I ask is you spend literally seconds out your day to click an advertisement. The money goes towards rent, then I'd be grateful. And I'll say thank you very much in advance. You can find some time to do that. Obvious point is obvious. If they would have made this a spell, then it would be a little bit better, but my point still stands.